slip by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at redeyeradioshow.com. That's redeyeradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club.
Good morning, people. How are y'all doing today?
From petrol stopping centers, House Lubricator.
How are you doing today?
St. Christopher Fund and Cat Scale.
How's
We
life
applaud the
treating
individual
you?
truckers and fleets who drive with care.
Okay, what is
Keep our
today?
highways safe.
Flourish
The Red Eye
again.
Radio
Today
Million Mile
is.
Club, devoted to trucking safety.
There we go.
Register
There we
online
go.
at
Right there.
redeyeradioshow.com.
The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund invites all over the road Class A CDL holders to join our smoking cessation program, Rigs Without Cigs. Participants receive tools to assist in quitting, along with support and accountability from the program manager and others in the program. Incentive packages are offered by the Road Pro family of brands for all who stop using tobacco through the Rigs Without Cigs program. Go to truckersfund.org under the Health and Wellness tab and sign up for Rigs Without Cigs.
This is State Health Officer
And
Scott Harris
save
encouraging
this.
you to take the Purple
Computer
Pledge
goes
and support
off.
the 47 million
Save
people worldwide
playlist
who
to
are
file.
living with Alzheimer's disease and other
I don't
dementias.
know why it does that.
The number of Americans
Okay.
living with Alzheimer's is growing at an alarming rate. 10% of people over the age of 65 have the disease, and 2/3 of them are women.
Yes.
Someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's every minute. As the number of older Americans
All righty then.
continues to grow,
Got
so will
that
the number
one.
of new
James, good
persistent
morning.
cases of Alzheimer's.
Let me see
Alzheimer's
now.
is the sixth
What else we
leading
got
cause
in?
of death in the United States.
It'll be a while, you know, I'm just
Research is making it possible
looking over the
to
landscape of news this morning, seeing what's going on out there.
accurate
You know,
diagnosis earlier
checking
than
things
ever
out.
before. Learning the
And what's
signs of
going on,
Alzheimer's,
the more
and if
they
you
will
notice them
oppress,
in a family
the
member,
more
seek
they
medical treatment.
multiply and spread.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our
Okay,
website,
now, let's see what else goes here. This goes over there.
alabamapublichealth.gov.
Sam, put your shoes on. We're
Okay,
headed to the
there
doctor
we
in
go.
10 minutes.
Okay, Mom. Hey,
Let's
am I
go
gonna
over
have to get
here.
a shot?
Yes, it's time for your yearly
This
vaccines.
goes
You have
over
to make sure all
there.
your vaccines are up to date before you start back
And
to
this
school.
goes
I have
right
to provide
here.
a record to the school.
Alabama law requires children of all ages to be up to date on their immunizations before attending school. Every child needs to be vaccinated against polio, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, also known as whooping cough, measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox.
Russ Wilson here. We play 60 United Way in the NFL, helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day. To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60. Your kids can do it every time. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
He is the voice of the conservative millennial, the Ben Shapiro Show.
They're not going to be willing to keep the government shut down.
Today at 3 p.m. on News Radio
Good for you.
1440.
It's Red Eye Radio. He's Eric Curley, and I'm Gary McNamara, 86690 Red Eye. Well, it took us an entire hour, but this is my fault, to tell us what's coming up on the show. Biden leading from behind on COVID. Facebook lifts the ban on posts speculating on COVID from a lab. This verifies what we've always said. Poll says most voters like Dr. Fauci, but believe politics influence his COVID-19 decisions. Which brings me back. I mean, I take this now. I may be stretching it out a little bit, but it gets to the point of the voters saying, we like Dr. Fauci, and yeah, he's not telling us the truth, but that's okay. If we like a guy lying to us, that's okay.
Right.
We'll expand more on the New York Post story. Vice President Joe
got an
Biden,
internet computer?
he was vice president, met
You
Hunter
get
Biden's
logged
foreign
in?
business associates. He claimed he had no idea. He lied.
I would like to use that. I
back
mean, if it's
last
work,
year.
but I don't know the password. The other one they put over there.
Okay, you can log in with your credentials.
But yeah, that's
Oh.
About Elkins.
Oh, okay.
73% of those
But
people believe
that
the
ain't the
crime is higher
password.
under Joe Biden.
You got your own
Lockheed
password.
Martin and their White Males
I
Awaken
hope so.
Together
If I can remember.
program. GOP now calling the squad the Hamas caucus.
Let me see.
And the woke culture will have hurt Dems. And the comment from Susan Rice yesterday that one of the problems in this country is we don't have equal outcomes. Not opportunity, outcomes. It's what the conservatives have always said about what liberals actually want.
This hour's news is brought to you by Travel Centers of America, home of World Blends Coffee, the freshest roast on the road.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.
Miss a show? Listen anywhere, anytime, on demand to catch up on Eric and Gary's topics of the day. Visit RedEyeRadioshow.com and click on demand.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshares. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, well, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell.
We shall see, we shall see.
10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry.
Nah, that didn't get me
Timeshare is
wrong.
the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sounds crazy, right? Well, the crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-989-1771. 800-989-1771. 800-989-1771.
Hello, I'm Barry Richards, President of Travel Centers of America. We're proud to honor those professional drivers who earn respect for the trucking industry through good citizenship, safety, community involvement, health and wellness, and leadership. This year, Dan Porter and Don Talley are Citizen Driver honorees. Our heartfelt congratulations to both of them.
Truck drivers, your time is now. Find out why other drivers are making their move to Schneider. Schneider doesn't stop at rewarding drivers with flexible home time options, respect for your hard work, and ongoing pay increases. Schneider goes the extra mile, investing in top-of-the-line equipment, benefits, and other upgrades like weekly guarantee pay. New to truck driving? No problem. Schneider helps new drivers get started by offering a variety of company-paid CDL training options. If you're ready to make the switch to a more rewarding career, apply at SchneiderJobs.com.
Hi, Tom Bodette for Motel 6, leaving the light on for the homebody, who now would rather be an anywhere but homebody after spending 12 months stuck at home with nobody but themselves. Well, Motel 6 has plenty of clean, comfortable rooms, all at a great low rate. So when you decide to visit somebody, anybody, anywhere else but your home, Motel 6 will be waiting.
That's what
Tom
I
Bodette from
thought.
Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund is excited to offer our new diabetes prevention program, Driving Down Diabetes. This free, CDC-approved year-long program includes live webinars focusing on nutrition, exercise, stress management, and more. This program is for those at risk not already diagnosed with diabetes. Visit our website at truckersfund.org and take the risk assessment under the Health and Wellness tab. This prevention program is sponsored by Southern Recipe. Get registered today at truckersfund.org.
News Radio 1440 WLWI AM Montgomery, a Cumulus station. This
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
What the hell's going on in the United States of America?
California Governor Gavin Newsom, after a rail yard employee in San Jose shot and killed 9 co-workers, then turned a gun on himself. KPIX TV's Maria Medina spoke to the cousin of one of 57-year-old Sam Cassidy's victims.
We lose a good person. He's a very good person in our family.
Singh's family says they'd heard from the 42-year-old's co-workers that he pushed one of them into a room to hide from the shooter, then frantically called other co-workers to warn them about what was happening.
He just saved her, and then after that he go towards the downstairs, The
family had been waiting at the Red Cross after pinging Singh's phone inside a building at the VTA rail yard.
Cassidy's ex-wife and neighbors say he had a bad temper, but police haven't said yet what set him off during yesterday's shift change. There will be a vigil for the victims this evening. It is the 62nd mass shooting in the U.S. this month. Amazon has shut down a construction site in Windsor, Connecticut again after someone found another noose there. That makes a total of 8 since the first was discovered a month ago. Scott Esdale is with the state's NAACP.
The black community has no trust in this. 8 nooses?
Work has stopped at the site while the FBI investigates. In Colorado, the Anti-Defamation League, Scott Levin, says they're seeing growing signs that hate is shifting online.
Zoom bombing occurs when somebody would get into a religious service, a funeral, a time of mourning when people would be gathering online.
New York City police have arrested a second person in connection with the beating of a Jewish man last week. There's a virtual rally today to demand action to stop the surge in hate crimes. President Biden's ordered U.S. intelligence agencies to investigate new claims COVID-19 originated in a lab in Wuhan. Correspondent Cami McCormick.
China is accusing the Biden administration of playing politics, and the country's foreign ministry spokesman says President Biden doesn't care about the truth or scientific origin tracing. The White House is joining with many other countries pressuring China to be more open about the outbreak. China now wants the U.S. to open investigations into its own biological lab. Strong storms from the Midwest to the Northeast overnight. More than 24 tornadoes touched down. No injuries or major damage reported. There's more severe weather in the forecast today. The gang is back together.
Does Courtney still have her lines written on the table?
All 6 original Friends cast members are reunited for the first time in 17 years for a show that's just begun streaming on Paramount Plus. USA Today's review: it's everything fans hoped it would be. This is CBS News.
Dell Technologies Summer Sale event can save your business up to 45% on secure PCs built for business with Windows 10 Pro. Rise to the challenge. Call 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681.
You'll live right.
Technology helps make your Google search results look your best.
You'll live right.
That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
4 men in Orlando have been arrested for allegedly stealing donations from churches across the country.
It was called Operation Thou Shalt Not Steal. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement says 4 men in custody and 2 more people still at large stole donation checks from church mailboxes around the country. Agents say they hit as many as 85 a day, deposited the checks, and withdrew the cash from ATMs when the checks cleared. The investigation started after 24 churches in Cape Coral, Florida, reported donations had been stolen from them. The suspects are all Romanian nationals. The charges include theft, racketeering, conspiracy, and money laundering. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
A tennis champ vows to stay silent. In an Instagram post, Naomi Osaka says she will not do any news conferences at the French Open next week because too often they're damaging to players' mental health. She'll accept the fines. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Imagine your family enjoying their brand new outdoor living space this spring and summer. Then call Genesis Renovations and get started now with a free estimate. 334-462-6413. Genesis Renovations can deliver a premier deck, a one-of-a-kind pergola or gazebo, or any type of wood fencing project you have in mind. Comfort, beauty, and satisfaction at the fairest of prices guaranteed. Serving the River Region and Lake Martin. Genesis Renovations. 334-462-6413 and online at gen-corp.org.
At Integrated Behavioral Health, our mission is to provide patient-centered, high-quality mental health services in a caring and compassionate setting. IBH is proud to welcome Dr.
We playing in the kitchen.
Dr. Clark is a board-certified
Playing in the kitchen.
psychiatrist working with children, adolescents, and adults.
Okay, so that's how.
With a
Where we
wide
at?
range of diagnoses. Now accepting new patients. Make your appointment today. Log on ibhus.com. Integrated Behavioral Health. Compassionate and caring.
I tried.
Ron's Roofing knows that when a storm damages your roof, it's hard to know what to do next. Easy. Rely on the most trusted and recognized roofing name, Ron's Roofing. They'll help protect you from the next storm. Ron's Roofing understands that your roof is your home's first line of defense. That's why they work with all insurance companies to ensure that your home is protected from any unexpected storms. A job won't get the Ron's Roofing name on it unless it's done right. Visit ronsroofing.com or call 215-0070.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Another hot day on the way. Temperatures up around 90 degrees, give or take a degree or two, depending on if you see an isolated shower or storm. Yes, we have rain chances in the forecast, only around 20, maybe 25%. That's about it. It will be a little more humid as well. Otherwise, it's partly cloudy. Tonight, can't rule out an isolated shower down in the upper 60s and a better chance of a few showers and storms with cold front late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and a Friday night.
That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Thursday morning kicks off with no major problems or accidents being reported that would send anyone on an alternate route. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Auburn, and Greenville. No problems on Highway 80 or 14 coming in from the Selma area, and 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy, still carrying light traffic. 567-9000, that's the number to call. MCS to refinance your home mortgage, get cash out, or get pre-approved to buy. MCS in Wetumpka. NMLS 232876. Buckle up for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's Nose. Located on the highway just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pros today at 239-9510. Chico's Nose.
Good morning, I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening on this Thursday morning. A breaking news update. New details are coming in about the gunman who killed at least 9 people in a mass shooting in San Jose, California. Police say the apparent shooter
San Jose.
Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority took his own life as police moved in. No word yet on a motive. Back in Alabama, Governor Kay Ivey is signing more bills passed by lawmakers this legislative session. One of those bills is a ban on curbside voting in our state. This legislation prevents election workers from setting up curbside areas for people to cast their ballots, as well as forbids the setting up of voting machines outside the polling place. If you're taking a road trip this Memorial Day weekend, gas prices are the highest we've seen since 2014. Right now, the national average is at $3 a gallon. That's more than $1 per gallon more than it was this time last year. Gas prices in Alabama sit at $2.83 a gallon.
So nobody went any place
I'm Jet
for a year almost.
WSFA 12.
So we got
The used car
our gas going up, even though nobody went any place. So what's up with that?
To get a fantastic offer.
It's called being a Democrat.
Be sure to stop in or give Larry Puckett a call. Yes, inventories may be low right now, but Larry Puckett Chevrolet has a great selection on the way. Your brand new Chevrolet may be en route right now. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Cobbsport Road in Prattville, and online 24/7 at LarryPuckett.com. LarryPuckett.com.
Guys, you know that new Untuck It shirt you've been eyeing? Well, you can save 25%.
Still can't figure out all the people
and
that signed up for
Untuck It's annual
this
Memorial Day event going on now.
I gotta
Untuck
find
It shirts
everybody
are made to be worn untucked, so you can feel comfortable and look sharp all day. Bay. They're the
Just I gotta-
only styles you
just
need
I gotta
for summer.
call,
Untucked's Memorial Day sale is the time to save on bestsellers like wrinkle-resistant linen and cool short-sleeve styles to help beat the heat. Just visit untuckit.com or any of Untucket's 80-plus stores to save 25%. Untucket, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I got smart about mortgages. Now it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org. Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money. Smartaboutmoney.org. It's the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Russell Wilson here. We play 60, United Way in the NFL, helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Donate.
Your kids can do that every time.
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
For freedom and liberty, it's the Dan Bongino Show. Weekdays starting at 11 on News Radio 1440.
Oh, well, all right then.
I can only imagine it will be like.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine once again, if you can. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and you're listening to News Radio 1440. Now, if you can't hear us, for some reason it's kind of scratchy or whatever, you can always download our app, News Radio 1440, or you can go to 1440, newsradio1440.com. If you happen to have one of those newfangled cars, you can go to HD Radio 95.1 Channel 3. So you see, if you want to listen, you can. All right? Good morning to you. It's time for our daily bread. Our daily bread today, the simple title is Flourish Again. Our daily bread is sponsored by my good folks at Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in home mortgages. There's a difference in mortgage companies. So as Kim, Madeline, Amy, any of the guys up there in Wetumpka about their services, and I guarantee you, you'll be glad that you did. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Next up, our daily bread. Our daily bread today is simply entitled Flourish Again. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Hey there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. Unless you've been living under a rock, then you know that mortgage rates are low. But did you know that mortgage rates have fallen to their lowest level since 1971? That's 50 years ago. So there's no wonder why you are getting bombarded with mortgage offers. Churchill said it best. A good speech should be like a woman's skirt, long enough to cover the subject and short enough to create interest. That's exactly what other mortgage companies do. They advertise a rate, a teaser, if you will. The advertised rate piques your interest, so you give them a call. You ask questions, only to find the advertised rate is not available to you, or there's a hefty cost for you to get that
Apple
rate.
cider.
Unfortunately, this is very common in the mortgage industry. When calling on Alabama Home Mortgage, you don't have to hope you're getting the best rate. You will know you're getting the best rate. Lowest cost to you.
That's
Call
right.
Alabama Home Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in Alabama, today at 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS 158636-8, equal housing lender.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And again, once again, Good morning to you. It is May the 27th, 2021 AD. Time for our daily bread. But our scriptural insight today comes from Exodus 1, 6 through 14. Exodus 1 and 12 says, the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread. That is our insight for today, and it's called Flourish Again. It is time to rise and shine. Again, it is May the 27th. It's a special day today, like all the days before, because this day has never been. And I guarantee it, this day won't ever come again. Oh, we'll be held accountable for what we do this day, but May the 27th, 2021 is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. But more importantly, you don't get to go back and do what you should have done. And you certainly don't get to go back and undo what you did. So whatever it is that you do this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done this day. There's no doubt in my mind, if you've lived a while, you've been around God's earth for a while, you've seen and you've heard of many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace of God and a lot of mercy thrown in, we may, I'm not ever sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day that is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Well, whatever you decide to do, if you get a chance, reach back and help somebody else along the way. Benjamin Elijah Mays once said that whatever you do in life, whatever it is, you should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I said that is the standard by which you live life. You should always be successful. Oh, you may fail at a thing or two, but you'll never be a failure. Never. Until you quit. We say give out if you must. Rest only if you can. But you never quit. You never give up. Never, ever give up. Because quitters don't win. And winners, they never quit. So don't you quit. And the mountains are high, sometimes so high you can't get over it. Sometimes they're so wide you can't get around them. And sometimes the valley is so deep you don't ever think you can come up from underneath it. Well, when the valleys are low, when the mountains are too wide, are too high, sometimes you got to go through them. But remember this, no matter what the clouds say in the sky, the sun is always there. Clouds are temporary. They'll go. Just don't ever quit. Don't give up. Don't you do it. Put one foot in front of the other. My mother told me that there is nothing that beats a failure but a try. So keep going. Don't you ever quit, because quitters don't win. And winners, although they may fail at a thing or two, they never quit. And I want you to take this day with more enthusiasm than you've ever taken any day before, because this day was never promised. Come on, G. Montgomery, flourish again. It's time to rise and shine, Montgomery. May the 27th, 2021.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading was written by Jennifer Benson Schultz, and it's titled Flourish Again. Given enough sunlight and water, vibrant wildflowers carpet areas of California, such as Antelope Valley and Figueroa Mountain. But what happens when drought strikes? Scientists have discovered that certain wildflowers stored large quantities of their seeds underground instead of allowing them to push through the soil and bloom. After the drought, the plants use the seeds they have saved to begin to flourish again. The ancient Israelites thrived in the land of Egypt, despite harsh conditions. Slave masters forced them to work in fields and make bricks. Ruthless overseers required them to build entire cities for Pharaoh. The king of Egypt even tried to use infanticide to reduce their numbers. However, Exodus 1:12 says, because God sustained them, the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread. Many Bible scholars estimate that the population of Israelite men, women, and children grew to 2 million or more during their time in Egypt. God, who preserved his people then, is upholding us today as well. He can help us in any environment. We may worry about enduring through another season, but the Bible assures us in Matthew 6 that God, who cares so wonderfully for wildflowers that are here today and are gone tomorrow, can provide for our needs. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Exodus chapter 1, verses 6 through 14. Now Joseph and all his brothers and all that generation died. But the Israelites were exceedingly fruitful. They multiplied greatly, increased in numbers, and became so numerous that the land was filled with them. Then a new king, to whom Joseph meant nothing, came to power in Egypt. Look, he said to his people, the Israelites have become far too numerous for us. Come, we must deal shrewdly with them, or they will become even more numerous, and if war breaks out, will join our enemies, fight against us, and leave the country. So they put slave masters over them to oppress them with forced labor. And they built Pithom and Ramses as store cities for Pharaoh. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread. So the Egyptians came to dread the Israelites and worked them ruthlessly. They made their lives bitter with harsh labor in brick and mortar and with all kinds of work in the fields. In all their harsh labor, the Egyptians worked them ruthlessly. Let's pray. Father in heaven, sometimes it's so hard to keep going. The world seems to be heading more and more towards self-destruction all the time. Thank you for the reminder that you protected the Israelites that were slaves in Egypt. Help us to take comfort and trust that you will do the same for us. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Well, you know what that means? It's time to rise and shine once again, people in Montgomery, Alabama. That's right. It's time to do it. You know, it's time to wake up, time to get up. You need a job. Now, we got a holiday weekend coming up, so you guys, you got a 3-day holiday and all that stuff coming up. So, don't forget, tomorrow we will commemorate Memorial Day for what it really means, okay? And somebody wrote me a letter. They said, do I need to explain to you the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day? I mean, I felt insulted, since I'm the only veteran, that's in, talk radio in this town. I'm thinking that, why wouldn't I know that? Come on, if I'd have knew who it was, I'd go somewhere and slap them. But anyway, let us pay homage to all of our armed forces, the Montgomery Police Department, the Sheriff Department. Good morning to the Montgomery Sanitation Department and the Maintenance Department. They get mad when I don't mention the Maintenance Department. We appreciate it. We know y'all up early in the morning handling your business. There was a naked man walking down Federal Drive yesterday. I'm trying to figure what's that all about. Did somebody pick him up? Did one of the garbage truck pick him up? Something happened. I mean, maybe it was just hot. I don't know. I mean, I was hot too, but I don't want to cause no confusion by walking down the street butt naked. Come on now. Anyway, good morning to you and to all the people who go in when everybody else is running out.
We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in thee.
And good morning, Maxwell and Gunner. It's time to rise and shine. Hey, listen, y'all take care of my son good yesterday. We got that COVID thing taken care of. Got his thing now. And they got a good system out there, too. I ran into an E9 that was out there working. I couldn't believe it. I said, this can't be an Army post. An E9 out here working like the rest of everybody else. What's up with that? I mean, in the Army, once you make E9, all you do is supervise. This guy was working. Thank you, sir. I think they call him a chief something. Chief, well, it ain't a chief petty officer because that's a Navy. I don't know what they call the E9 in the Air Force. I call him. I said, yes, sir. Well, I think I say yes, chief, or something like that. Don't call him sir. He worked for a living. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. You know, went out to base yesterday and on Maxwell, you know, my son had to get his COVID shot and I'm walking around, you know, I'm just checking things out. Now, of course, they still made me put my mask on. Now, I did ask the question. I said, you know, now I got all them shots and I still got to wear the mask. They said, yeah. Now, on base, I don't act like a fool. See, being a non-commissioned officer like I am, I had to act like I knew something. So I said, yes, sir. And I put that mask on and I drove on. I'm just saying. Anyway, went out there, did out there, E9. You know, now for you folks who don't know what E9s are like like in the Army, an E9 is a sergeant major. And then you got command sergeant major. So this guy was walking around handing out papers and all kinds of things. Now that surprised me. That really surprised me because in the Army, E9 they're always looking for somebody to supervise. And I'm not mad. I mean, you work hard to get up there, so that's the way it goes. But I was impressed yesterday when I went on Maxwell. You know, they treated us well. Maybe put that stupid mask on, but that's okay. That's cool. That's just the rules. See, I understand because, and then I was at the hospital and I was at the clinic and the guy said, well, and it was reasonable what they asked. He said, you don't know who's coming in here, who has what. It is, after all, it is a medical facility. So people come in here when they get sick. I'm with you. Makes sense to me. See, now that kind of reason, that makes sense to me. I can live with that. That's good. That's good. I can live with that. Okay. So I put my mask on. Z got his shot, and he didn't get sick or anything. No side effects yet. Not that I know of. But he said he felt good, and so we drove on with that, and we left, and then we went and got us something to eat. I can't tell you what we ate because you already know what I ate. But I eat all the time. But I did find out that chicken is actually good for you. See, so maybe that's why I've been so healthy all these years up to this point. Maybe that's why that is, because I have killed me some chicken. I have probably eaten more chicken by myself than like 5 people in Alabama put together. I just love some chicken. The only chicken I've ever had that I really didn't like was Mrs. Winter's chicken. It sucked. I mean, just no flavor, no nothing. It just sucked. Okay, so I'm gonna let them stay over there on Zelda Road while I You know, now I want to help them out with the recipe because the chicken don't have no flavor in it. I want to help them out, but I'm afraid they probably won't. They probably won't appreciate me going out there trying to help them. So here's what I'm going to do. Okay, now y'all can't tell them, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in for a job at Mrs. Winters. Now I know that they need help because everybody needs help. So I shouldn't have a hard time getting a job to serve some of that chicken. So I'm gonna go out there and I'm going to put in my application and wait for them to call me back because I know they will because they need help. And especially when you get somebody that's as seasoned as I am to come out willing to fry some chicken, you take them, okay? I don't care what they pay. I don't care what they pay minimum wage. I don't care. Because here's what I want to do. I want to make sure that all the chicken in Montgomery tastes good. And then what I'm going to do then, I'm going to take some of that special seasoning stuff that I got, okay? Maybe some Hardens, and put some of that when I flour the chicken. And then they're going to wonder why so many people are coming back for their chicken. Because the elk dog then got up in there and put some seasoning on that stuff. And I tell you something else who chicken suck. Okay, I'm not gonna name them. I think they advertise with it. I'm not gonna name them. But still, when I get done with Mrs. Winters chicken out there, it's gonna taste good. Okay, but don't y'all tell everybody now, because then they're gonna wonder why they gotta hire 10 more people because everybody keep coming up there. But because Elkins is in there fixing up that chicken, I'm gonna put some of that hardened seasoning in my pocket and just sprinkle some on the chicken. Now that hardened seasoning is good. It really is. I'm not gonna give them too much free publicity here because they don't pay me. But still, that's some good stuff. I use it for, and coming from a professional cook like myself, if I tell you some good stuff, it is some good stuff. You can put it on chicken. You can put it on pork chops. You can put it on beef. I mean, it really is good, and I was impressed. You know, and they take the hell of a lot to impress me because when you're a super duper paratrooper, it takes a lot of things, to impress us. What's more impressive than standing in the door a C-141 or a C-5A or C-120, C-130, and jumping out, not knowing where the hell you are. That's courage, baby. That's courage. Now let me go. I'll be back in a moment. We'll be back in a moment with some other more important things. Yesterday, I can't get into it this hour, but in the 8 o'clock hour, we heard competing. Yesterday, we heard a multitude of things involving the shooting of Mr. Moncrief. We heard from the lawyers. We heard from the mayor. I think we heard from Daryl Bailey. Well, I'm going to have the lawyers join us at around 8 o'clock. Now, or around 8:15 or so, of the lawyers from the Moncrief family, because there are a lot of things. And I went to the press conference yesterday. I looked at the automobile and all those kinds of things, and I got some questions. I'm not convinced one way or the other on this whole issue of what happened at that hotel. I'm not convinced one way or the other. But I will tell you, I'm going to try at least get those attorneys this morning to explain what they're talking about. I heard the mayor yesterday. The mayor is a little bit, I'll put it this way. There's some things you can say. But maybe you ought not to, say. So if I have any disagreement with the mayor, it was not necessarily, what he said, some of the things, the way he said it. Because at the end of the day, there is a young man who's no longer here. And the things that I heard, and I listen, Mr. Boyd called me the other day on the air, admonishing me. And listen, after listening to all of these competing things yesterday, I understand while there's some concern about the truthfulness or the accuracy of what happened, and there is some concern. Even for me, again, because I know I made the statement: if you shoot at the police, you're gonna get shot. But from what I was told yesterday, there is no proof that they actually shot a gun. But I don't know. So we're going to talk to his folks around 8:15 this morning and other things. But anyway, let us take a break, and we'll be back with the order of today.
First Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever. For a limited time, save up to $500 on top-rated mattress brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base with your $6.99 mattress purchase.
Another hot day on the way. Temperatures up around 90 degrees, give or take a degree or two, depending on if you see an isolated shower or storm. Yes, we have rain chances in the forecast, only around 20, maybe 25%. That's about it. It will be a little more humid as well. Otherwise, it's partly cloudy. Tonight, can't rule out an isolated shower down in the upper 60s and a better chance of a few showers and storms with cold front late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and Friday night.
That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. The good news continues this Thursday morning. No major problems or accidents have been reported that would send anyone on an alternate route. Interstate system moving smoothly. You keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. If you're looking for a Camry, Corolla, Tundra, any Toyota, you'll find it at Reinhardt Used Car Supercenter. You'll also find other brands and models as well. Reinhardt Used Car Supercenter. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's Knows. Located on Atlanta Highway just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pros today at 239-9510. Chico's Knows.
Our friends at Just Blinds in Prattville are inviting you to drop by and visit their newly updated showroom for all your window covering needs.
Just Blinds really has it all. The latest in plantation shutters, wood blinds, woven wood shades, Roman shades, custom draperies, and all types of window treatment options.
And rebates are available now on select Graver shades.
Visit Just Blinds showroom in Prattville or go to GoJustBlinds.com. That's GoJustBlinds.com, the leaders in window covering.
Guys, you know that new Untuck It shirt you've been eyeing? Well, you can save 25% on everything in stores and online with Untuck It's annual Memorial Day event going on now. Untuck It shirts are made to be worn untucked, so you can feel comfortable and look sharp all day. They're the only styles you need this summer. Untuck It's Memorial Day sale is the time to save on bestsellers like wrinkle-resistant linen and cool short sleeve styles to help beat the heat. Just visit untuckit.com or any of Untuckit's 80-plus stores to save 25%. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Army National Guard is committed to keeping the country safe and our communities secure. Composed of hundreds of thousands of citizen soldiers from all walks of life, and in every corner of America, the Guard is always ready to respond to local or national emergencies. The Army National Guard reacts to domestic operations in each of America's 54 states and territories, including Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Guam, and the District of Columbia. Each state National Guard's unique domestic role is to act as the first line of defense in support of civil authorities in their state. The Guard's emergency responses include search and rescue missions for floods, combating wildfires, hurricane and tornado recovery, and the presidential inauguration.
We come once again saying thank you, Lord, for this day, Heavenly Father. Lord, we come thanking you for your
The suspect fired on officers and the officers returned fire. Next to me is the mother of Gary Moncrief.
Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org. Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money. Smartaboutmoney.org. It's the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
The Dan Bongino Show.
The Republican Party owes Donald Trump a debt of gratitude.
Weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Grammarly can help you write quickly and confidently.
Okay, we're back. Good morning. How is everybody doing? Anyway, it'll be an interesting conversation today, regardless of what goes on. I have never seen such a opposite perspective on any particular case such as this. This is it's kind of it's interesting to say the least. But anyway, we'll get on to all that later on. All right, where else are we going today? What is today? Today is May the 27th. May the 27th, 2021. Lessons of life today goes as follows. Now, what are lessons of life? These are the things, if you live long enough, you learn. Okay? And today is just another example of the things that we learn as we live. Today's lesson of life is humility. Stay humble. If you look far enough, you really find you don't have any reason to brag. Humility is another virtue that you must learn to master on your way to the top. Okay, so humility, learn that. The word of the day means to be devoid of inhabitants or visitors, to be deserted, joyless, to, shall we say, be sorrowful. Okay? So it's if you have been separated from loved ones. Again, it means to be devoid of inhabitants or visitors. What is the word? Desolate. It means how you feel sometimes when you ask your friend, can you borrow some money? and you can't find none of your friends no more because they all left you. They left you desolate. Okay, I'm just saying that. That's just one of those things. It is May the 27th. It is the 147th day of the year 2021. And some of the things that happened in this year, on this day, on May the 27th, 1941, the British Royal Navy sank the German battleship Bismarck off of France and a loss of some 2,000 lives. 3 days after the Bismarck sank, the HMF Hood and the loss of more than 1,400 lives amid rising world tensions. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt proclaimed an unlimited national emergency during a radio address from the White House. On this day in 1199, not that anybody was there that can tell us whether or not this is true or not, I'm just saying it's 1199, that's going way back. Okay, King John of England was crowned in Westminster Abbey nearly 2 months after the death of his brother, Richard. Okay, they used to call him the Lionhearted. 1199, whew, that's a long way back. In 1861, Chief Justice Roger Taney, sitting as a federal circuit court judge in Baltimore, ruled that President Abraham Lincoln lacked the authority to suspend the writ of habeas corpus. Lincoln disregarded the ruling. Right on. In 1933, I don't exactly know what habeas corpus means. I think it means something about having the body. I'll figure out what that is later on. I've heard, I'm not a lawyer. Habeas corpus, the writ of habeas, I gotta figure out what that means. Anyway, I'll figure it out in a little bit. I don't know what that means. I mean, I do know what it means because I've talked about it, but I don't know writ of habeas corpus. I'll get back to you on that one later. Okay. 1933, the Chicago World's Fair, celebrating a century of progress, officially opened. Walt Disney Academy Award-winning animated short, The Three Little Pigs, was first released. 1935, on this day, the U.S. Supreme Court in Schweitzer Poetry Corporation versus the United States unanimously struck down the National Industrial Recovery Act, a key component of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt's New Deal legislative program. Okay? I understand that. I got that. 1942, on this day, Doris Dory Miller, a cook aboard the USS West Virginia, became the first African American to receive the Navy Cross for displaying extraordinary courage and disregard for his own personal safety during Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor. He got out there, he got them big guns, and he started blowing them out the sky, baby. That's what a cook did. So y'all always talk about cooks like we stupid or something. Anyway, right on for Dory. And you know what happened to Dory? Dory was actually killed on another ship during the war, even though he sacrificed his safety on that ship, but he was killed later on. In 1957, the year I was born, what a good day. I was like a couple weeks old during this time. The single "That Be the Day" of Buddy Holly's group, the Crickets, were released on Brunswick Records. That'll be the day. You know what I mean? Okay, don't worry about it. 1962, a dump fire in Centralia, Pennsylvania, ignited a blaze in underground coal deposit that continued to burn to this day. Yes, it's hot down there. 1968, the U.S. Supreme Court in United States versus O'Brien upheld the conviction of David O'Brien for destroying his draft card outside a Boston courthouse, ruling that the act was not protected by freedom of speech. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but you know, I mean, as long as he shows up to do his duty, I mean, you know, hey. But I'm not a lawyer, you know, so I really wouldn't know. I don't understand the theory behind that. I mean, you burn up your car, you're saying, hell no, I'm not gonna go. That's what you're saying. That's freedom of speech. Now, as long as you go, then it ought to be okay to burn your draft card. Okay. I ask you guys something. Should we draft women? No. I'm talking about women who are born women. Okay, not guys who think they're women. A guy who thinks he's a woman still ought to be drafted. Okay, I'm just saying. But should we really enthusiastically draft women for the military? We'll talk about that one of these days. Maybe on Veterans Day. 1993, 5 people were killed in a bombing of the Uffizi Museum of Art in Florence, Italy. Some 36 paintings were ruined or damaged. The year was 1995 on this day. Actor Christopher Reeves, you know who Christopher Reeves is, right? The guy that plays Superman, was left paralyzed when he was thrown from a horse during a jumping event in Charlottesville, Virginia. See, that's why I ain't got on a horse yet. Okay? I haven't been on a horse yet. They scare me. They're kind of big, you know. Like a horse and a motorcycle to me are about the same thing. You know, I couldn't get on a horse. I mean, I like them. They're majestic animals, but they're just too big. Okay? I mean, what I'm going to do if I fall off? Of course, now if I did fall off the horse, I could do a PLF, and I'd probably be all right with that. I'm just saying, but I'm not really into the horse thing. Okay, I'm just not. I don't play that. Okay, no horse. Okay, I might eat a horse, you know, if I get broke. You know, they're selling them out. You know, I mean, I hate to do that to them, but I'd eat my German Shepherd if I had to. I'm just saying. So don't ever fear. If you got little Rocky in the backyard, you got some meat. I had the SPLC after me soon. All right then, 1998, Mike Fortier, the government star witness in the Oklahoma City bombing case, was sentenced to 12 years in prison after apologizing for not warning anyone about the deadly plot. Fortier was freed in January 2006. And it was 10 years ago that President Barack Obama announced more spending for renewable energy. Right. I'm still trying to figure out how to spend it. Okay. Anyway, after touring a large field of solar panels in Nellis Air Force Base near Las Vegas. I like Vegas. I didn't spend no money there, but I like going there. A gunman detonated a car bomb in Lahore, Pakistan, killing about 30 people and wounding at least 250. 5 years ago, charting an end to America's longest war, President Barack Obama announced plans to keeping nearly 10,000 U.S. troops in Afghanistan after the year 2014, but then withdrawing virtually all or close to all by 2016. And the conclusion of his presidency, Michelle Obama struck back at House Republicans trying to weaken the healthier school meal. Yeah, well, I'm with the Republicans on that, okay? You need more than a celery stick, Michelle, okay, to do at school, okay? I'm just saying, okay? I don't want no celery and pasta. I want some meat, okay? Now, although Michelle looked pretty good, you know, she ain't fat or nothing, so what she's saying might be working, but I bet she ain't always been all that skinny. I bet she used to. Listen, don't give my child no carrot stick for at school, okay? I'm gonna have to send my bag lunch with all kinds of stuff in it. Anyway, the Republicans wanted to roll back the guidelines because the first lady at the time thought that that was unacceptable. Well, we like meat, Michelle. We like meat. I'm just trying to tell you, we like meat. Okay? I don't want no carrot stick, okay? 1 year ago, LeBron James reached his 8th straight NBA Finals as the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Boston Celtics 87-79 in Game 7 of the semifinals. Danica Patrick ended her auto racing career at the track that made her famous, losing traction on a slippery surface and crashing out of the Indianapolis 500. The race, of course, was won by Will Power. You know, that woman could drive that car. You know, I watched her drive. I still haven't figured out. Oh yeah, and that's it. That's it. I still haven't figured out. And now, and it may be a Southern thing, because well, now the Indianapolis 500 is not in the South, is it? Okay, that's my neck of the woods. Okay, so it's not a Southern thing. Okay, but how do you sit someplace for like 5 or 6 hours with a bunch of noise and watching people go left? See, that's the part I can't get it. You sat there for all that time hoping to see somebody get killed. I mean, let's be honest here. That's why people go to car racing. They want somebody to crash. Okay? And it's like football. I want somebody to get a broken leg. Okay? I want somebody to get hit so hard they think it was yesterday. I mean, so why do we have this need to see somebody get hurt? You know, I don't. But if I do want to see somebody get hurt, I don't want to wait 9 hours watching cars go left to see it. So I'm not ever going to go to a race. First of all, it's too much noise. Now think about this. All that noise. Who can somebody convince me that I should go watch a race? Okay. Now, I do like, now the only, okay. Well, hold, let me digress. The only car racing I ever liked was when they used to have these things where they run into each other. Okay. I mean, they would actually run into each other. I forgot exactly what you call that stuff, but they would take their cars and crash into each other. So what's up with that? But it was kind of fun. I was seeing who's going to get killed too. But as I got older, I got away from that because all you can do is go Interstate 5 or Interstate 95 and you can see pretty much the same thing. So for free. Okay. People running into each other. Anyway, so again, Indianapolis 500 is going to happen over this weekend, I guess. And for hours, people are going to watch each other, you know, go left. Okay. But since that happens in Indianapolis, and I'm an Indianian, I'm a Hoosier, you know, I got to go with the flow. You know, that's one of the most famous things that Indiana is known for is the Indianapolis 500. So I'm just saying I got to go along with it. at least the process anyway, because I just don't get it why you want to watch cars go, left. That's just me. Okay, that's just me. Okay, what else is going on? California, have you heard by now? Some guy killed 9 people yesterday. Here's a question I asked my audience this morning. And I don't know how we're going to do it. I really don't know how we're going to do it. I don't. And it may be a Herculean task that is so ominous, so large, so huge that we can't do anything about it considering our culture. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe that if you take the guns from citizens who use guns to protect themselves, then they will be helpless in the face of people who don't care anything about the law. So my conflict is, I don't know what law could have stopped this carnage from happening yesterday. If somebody's intent on harming another, there's really little you can do about it. But do we need some better mechanism to monitor these weapons in America? And I don't know what mechanism that would be, but we've had 60-something mass shootings this year in America. Now, a mass shooting is described as any shooting where 4 or more people, I believe, are killed. So, that's a lot of shooting. That's a lot of dead people, kids, old people, regardless of color, regardless of economic status. That's a lot of people. Those are just mass shootings. Now, as far as if you live in Chicago, I mean, they have that many like in a couple hours. But I'm just wondering, is there something we can do as a nation about this gun climate that we have? I don't know what that. I really don't know. I guess that's why we have politicians. But I'm beginning to figure out politicians no smarter than I am, because they can't come up with a an answer for this. And I don't know. Is there a way to electronically jam a weapon? I don't. Well, probably not, because that's a mechanical. But I wish there was. Maybe we can come up with some technology or something that disables a weapon in business or I don't know. But we come up with something. If we can send somebody to Mars, we ought to be able. Well, not somebody. If we can send a machine to Mars and a helicopter, and it comes out, everything, there ought to be something we can do about some of this gun violence. Anyway, time's up. We'll be back.
USA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening on this Thursday morning. A breaking news update. New details are coming in about the gunman who killed at least 9 people in a mass shooting in San Jose, California. Police say the apparent shooter, who worked at the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority, took his own life as police moved in. No word yet on a motive. Back in Alabama, Governor Kay Ivey is signing more bills passed by lawmakers this legislative session. One of those bills is a ban on curbside voting in our state. This legislation prevents election workers from setting up curbside areas for people to cast their ballots, as well as forbids the setting up of voting machines outside.
I got the lawyers on it.
After taking a road trip this Memorial Day weekend, gas prices are the highest we've seen since 2014. Right now, the national average is $3 a gallon. That's more than $1 per gallon more than it was this time last year. Gas prices in Alabama sit at $2.83 a gallon. That's your news on this Thursday morning. I'm Jed Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM Montgomery, a Cumulus Station. This is the CBS World News Roundup, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Loved ones say goodbye after another mass shooting, this time in California.
We lose the good person. He's a very good person in our family.
Taptijit Singh was among 9 people killed by a fellow employee at a rail yard in San Jose. Correspondent Jamie Yukas is near the scene.
A law enforcement source tells CBS News workers had gathered for a union meeting when the shooting started. They were heard yelling, "Run, hide, fight." Officers were on scene almost immediately. They entered the building and encountered the alleged shooter, Sam Cassidy, who took his own life. Glenn Hendricks is chair of Valley Transportation Authority.
Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think something like this would occur.
Cassidy, a 57-year-old transit employee, lived nearby. A neighbor's doorbell camera shows him leaving the house Wednesday morning with a large black duffel bag.
There will be a vigil for the victims this evening outside San Jose City Hall. Mayor Sam Liccardo.
Our entire community will need this moment and many others to mourn together.
It is at least the 62nd mass shooting in the U.S. this month. On Capitol Hill, Senate Republicans are expected to block a bill to create a commission to investigate the January 6th attack. The mother of a Capitol police officer, Brian Sicknick, who died after the riot, will be in Washington to try to convince them otherwise. CBS's Nicole Killian.
Whether or not Senate Republicans will listen to that remains to be seen. You know, Mitch McConnell was asked whether he'd be willing to sit down with her. He did not respond to reporters' questions.
Memorial Day weekend is almost here, but some public pools will stay closed in Milwaukee, and they're scrapping the big fireworks display for the 4th of July. The problem? Not enough workers to run them. Darren Spurlock lives in the city.
I think putting the brakes on stuff like that is kind of tragic. There's a lot of people that especially come to the parks in the summertime, especially for their summer event.
2 new studies show immunity to COVID may last forever. CBS's Elaine Cobb.
People who were infected and then got vaccinated could have lifetime immunity to this coronavirus and its variants. New research published in the journal Nature finds immune cells survive in their bone marrow and can continue to produce antibodies. That would mean that most people who survived COVID-19 and were vaccinated would not need a booster shot.
More than 24 tornadoes touched down in the Midwest last night. Strong winds blasted the Northeast. Jim Ailes in Basking Ridge, New Jersey.
We lived there for 22 years and never seen the rain pelt the windows this hard. We thought it was hail. It was that hard. And the wind was unbelievable.
There's more severe weather ahead from Texas to the Midwest. S&P futures down 6. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
There's a new rover headed to space, and it's going green.
Lockheed Martin and General Motors are teaming up to build a self-driving, fully electric vehicle to explore the surface of the Moon and Mars. The lunar terrain vehicle is still in its early stages, so details on size and range aren't available. But engineers have promised it'll be lightweight and made of strong, resilient materials. Both Lockheed and GM helped build NASA's first lunar landing systems and buggies under the Apollo program. This one will be part of Artemis, which is expected to get astronauts back to the moon in 2024. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
You don't have to live in California anymore to visit Disneyland. The theme park is welcoming back non-residents for the first time since a pandemic shutdown. They've also expanded the reservation window, so now you can book up to 120 days in advance. Despite eased restrictions in the state, all park visitors still have to wear face masks. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Spruce up your living space this season with gorgeous Graver window treatments from Just Blinds in Prattville. For a limited time only, take advantage of $50 to $100 rebates from Just Blinds on select Graver solar and roller window shades. Or you can receive a $50 rebate on each motorized Graver window treatment. We're also offering a free upgrade to a cordless lift on select Graver shades. Visit Just Blinds showroom in Prattville or visit GoJustBlinds.com. That's GoJustBlinds.com.
Guys, you know that new Untuck It shirt you've been eyeing? Well, you can save 25% on everything in stores and online with Untuck It's annual Memorial Day event going on now. Untuck It shirts are made to be worn untucked, so you can feel comfortable and look sharp all day. They're the only styles you need this summer. Untuck It's Memorial Day sale is the time to save on bestsellers like wrinkle-resistant linen and cool short-sleeve styles to help beat the heat. Just visit untuckit.com or any of Untuck It's 80-plus stores to save 25%. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
They are the 2 sexiest fat men alive. Really fun. And you can hear Rick and Bubba on News Radio 1440 beginning at 9 a.m. Depend on it.
Mobile downloads, so you can keep learning and getting better even when you don't have Wi-Fi or data. Upgrade to YouTube Premium. Try 1 month free and watch uninterrupted.
Okay, we're back. We're live. We're in person right here. This is not a recording. It's me actually being live to you. And I am efforting, if there is such a word, to find out all the people that signed up for City Council District 1. I cannot find that information. Now, I realize that it's probably down at the, I'm pretty sure it's down at the, what do you call that place? The election center. But I'm trying to figure why hasn't it made the newspapers or anything like that? I mean, what are we trying to keep it a secret or something? I mean, I just don't know what's going on. So if anybody knows, I'd like to know. I know that a man named Grimes. I know. Let's see who else has signed up for it. Ed Bertorelli. Donnie Mims, I know he's done it, but I know some other people got on it too. And I'm interested in talking to all those individuals, seeing whether or not they got anything fresh to add to this equation. Okay, but we'll find out, I guess, if anybody, does anybody out there know, 860-1440, does anybody out there know who signed up for the District 1 thing? Okay, anybody know? Come on, somebody's got to know. I can't even find it in Montgomery Advertiser. Now, it may be in there someplace. Yesterday, there were competing press conferences yesterday about what happened at a couple of weeks ago, a week or so ago, with the shooting of Mr. Moncrief. Initially, what I heard, it was a lot of. Well, it seemed like a clear case, but doesn't seem like a clear case anymore. Wow, a lot of things happen in 24 hours on it. But anyway, we'll talk to. We're supposed to be able to talk to the attorneys sometime next hour about. They did a press conference yesterday. I actually got some of that press conference here, and we will let you hear some of that. But we were told that it was and said it was a suicide. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Let me see now. Commission will form a review. Oh, this is come on, another. Yeah, I am absolutely sure. I am absolutely positively sure that there are people that don't want the whole race issue to leave. I'm absolutely. At first, I thought maybe I may be wrong, but Kay Ivey on yesterday, signed a resolution to form a commission, another commission, to remove racist language from the 1901 Constitution, among other tasks. You can't remove what's in people's heart. And the reason I'm kind of like Morgan Freeman now. The reason why it keeps coming up because we keep talking about it. We keep talking about it. You cannot undo yesterday today. You cannot undo it. You just can't do it. I mean, you can talk all you want to. You can't undo it. You can regurgitate it and regurgitate it and regurgitate it all the time. But you cannot do anything about the past except hope that the future is different. Okay, so I don't understand why we always look like every day somebody wants to go back into the past. We're gonna rename schools now, like that's gonna change what happened years ago. Okay, now we're gonna another commission to look at the racist language in the. We have taken some of the greatest books out of our libraries because it had a couple of bad words in it that we felt uncomfortable with. And you know what, Huckleberry Finn. Huckleberry Finn was a great book. And who's the one that Gregory Peck was in the movie? What is that movie? Loved the movie. The book was pretty good too. Again, you have to take in consideration the time that these literary pieces were written. Okay, but what is the one? Was it Kill a Mockingbird? I believe that's what it was. Huckleberry. We take Huckleberry Finn out of the libraries of America. Okay, but we keep hustling. You know what's up with that? You know, I mean, I had to read Huckleberry Finn. You know, in school, and a couple other Macbeth. I mean, we had to read some things. But anyway, we're trying to undo the past today. Good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's flawed.
Okay. How's that?
I can take it to this right here. Just something very common. If a man is beating his wife, and if we don't talk about it, it's going to keep on happening.
Isn't that between the man and his wife?
Don't talk about teenage pregnancy and just because a mother had a child when she was 15 doesn't mean her daughter can go out and have a child when she's 15. You have to educate people and talk. I talk to plenty people of Caucasian race, and I'm a black man, and Bud is one of them. We sit down and we eat breakfast together from time to time. I haven't seen him or heard from him in a while, but if we don't sit there and get that common ground, figure out what the problem is, the cycle will keep on going, Kevin.
Do this reminds me of the argument of sex education in our classrooms in American schools. There's two sides to that. Sometimes we awaken things that are dormant in people that otherwise would have followed its natural course. Okay, but we initiate the process to start now, And in return, what we get is a curiosity that brings about other issues.
I don't want to break you off from that. But if a kid don't understand, hey, well, I can just pull out. You know, you got to educate people on stuff. No, you got to wear protection. You don't run around here. We didn't talk about, remember when HIV came out? We didn't talk about it. We did talk about it. It was a stigma. We were very, very, you know, I had a relative that died from HIV. A lot of people to this day believe she died from just cancer or something like that, breast cancer, ovarian cancer. But until we talk about it, you can't solve anything. You can't hide stuff, Kevin. You gotta put it out there.
I don't see and I hear what you, but listen, I've been here 30 years in this city. They've been talking about it for the last 30 years I've been here, and it doesn't. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to tell you that the relationships between people around here have gotten worse than better.
Because they've never had to deal with it. They don't understand, like some people with the Black Lives Matter. Some white people sitting around and probably figure a Caucasian, you know, like, well, nah, ain't nothing going on. Until we start talking about this police brutality, nothing's changed. But now, Cam, we've got a little bit of change. Until we talked about the civil rights movement and people talking about, hey, I want to go out and vote.
Well, my problem, right? But here's the problem, and I've asked, and that's where every time we have every time we have Black History Month, Black History Day, whatever you want to call it, I ask myself, what is the purpose of the conversation? If the purpose of the conversation is to move forward, I'm all for that. But it seems, at least from my perch, from where I sit, it seems that the conversation merely adds it merely adds aggression to an already a cautious situation. I don't know what the purpose is. Every couple of years we're going to take this out of the Alabama Constitution. Okay, you can't undo what's there. It was there. Right. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't see. Right. Yeah. Okay. I think though, just continuously revisiting the past keeps us there. What's that? Yeah. And even wait a minute. And even in that, we still have more churches and people because they don't disagree either. I mean, they don't agree either. So I don't know. I don't know. It just me. I just get tired of picking up in the newspaper, somebody revisiting the Alabama Constitution once again and talk about racist language. Is there anything being done today constitutionally that's racist? Is there anything being done? Yeah. What about them? But that's a federal. But that's the federal. But listen, they don't have. Has anybody been stopped the voting? And again, we have the right to vote. The Voting Rights Act didn't necessarily give us the right to vote. It told people that you could not impede on that right to vote. Sure, sure we did. And get okay, okay, yeah. Mm. All right. Yeah. Yeah. And I think you should. Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate it though. All right. Just my own 2 cents. Good morning. Well, you almost 15. Yes, of course. But I think that's my job to do it, and not, not necessarily school's job. But you,
Eight in the nation, proud Montgomery. Huh?
those things that can be, those things that have a solution to them, a scientific solution to them, such as early pregnancies and things of that nature. There's something we can do about that, and therefore that information probably should be talked about. But race is not going to be resolved scientifically. Well, I don't have those conversations. Yeah, you're sure, but I don't give my boys. I didn't give my boys an opportunity to make an excuse for failure. And the minute you bring race into it, then all of a sudden, oh, I can't do it because they won't let me do it. They won't let me do it. I can't. I just then let them in. But again, but that you're gonna experience all kinds of discrimination on your own. Well, you know, I don't have any white friends that I need to have that conversation with. I just but but yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's it's but it's like a circular firing squad. Nobody wins. Nobody wins in the but what, yeah, yeah, right. Well, now, I actually get tired of wait a minute. No, I just get tired of the traditional way that the sermons are done in church. You're right. I have heard them. I've heard them and 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 heard them. Right. Well, that's true. But again, I've heard it and heard it and heard it and because I like to go in the daytime and get out while the sun's still up. Okay, well, I ain't meant that one yet because it's hours. They talk. Sometimes the brothers talk so long that I forget what the sermon's about. No, well, but music is in the good book. You're supposed to have music. Well, we do it a little differently. We do music a little bit differently. Man, I gotta go. We'll be back.
by Dell Technologies.
It's the perfect season for a powerful business upgrade with Dell Technologies Summer Sale Event. Save up to 45% on secure PCs built for business with Windows 10 Pro. Rise to the challenge with modern devices. Call 877-ASK-DELL for a Dell Technologies advisor.
Another hot day on the way. Temperatures up around 90 degrees, give or take a degree or two, depending on if you see an isolated shower or storm. Yes, we have rain chances in the forecast, only around 20, maybe 25%. That's about it. It will be a little more humid as well. Otherwise, it's partly cloudy. Tonight, can't rule out an isolated shower down in the upper 60s and a better chance of a few showers and storms with the cold front late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and Friday night.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now looking pretty good. Finishing up an accident on the East Boulevard near Troy Highway that involved a vehicle fire. But that's cleared and it should be moving smoothly through that area. Outside of that, we're looking good. Checking out your traffic flow map. No big slowdowns. That's always good news. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Shopping is incredible at Premier Place. Shop Big Lots, Burke's Outlet, Michael's, GameStop, Lindmark, Goodwill, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's Knows. Located on Atlanta Highway, just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pro today at 239-9510. Chico's Knows. Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening on this Thursday morning. A breaking news update. New details are coming in about a gunman who killed at least 9 people in a mass shooting in San Jose, California. Police say the apparent shooter who worked with the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority took his own life as police moved in. No word yet on the motive. Back in Alabama, Governor Kay Ivey signed more bills passed by lawmakers in the legislative session. One of those bills is a ban on curbside voting in our state. This legislation prevents election workers from setting up curbside areas for people to cast their ballots, as well as forbids the setting up of voting machines outside the polling place. If you're taking a road trip this Memorial Day weekend, gas prices are the highest we've seen since 2014. Right now, the national average is at $3 a gallon. That's more than $1 per gallon more than it was this time last year. Gas prices in Alabama sit at $2.83 a gallon. That's your news on this Thursday morning. I'm Jed Davis, in WSFA 12 Newsroom.
At Guardian Credit Union, we're creating connections in new ways because connections have a way of inspiring hope, strengthening ourselves and our communities, and creating stronger financial futures. Connections happen within Guardian Credit Union, but more importantly, in how we all treat our neighbors and how we all support our communities. So join us, connect with us, and we'll show you this is where you belong. Guardian Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
The value of the U.S. dollar continuing to slump due to unprecedented money printing, it has never been more important to protect your savings and retirement accounts from inflation. Many hardworking Americans, just like you and I, are turning to a proven method to protect what we work so hard to earn. Real gold. You can have real gold delivered privately and securely to your home, or have real gold put into your IRA or 401k. Just call Oxford Gold Group right now, 833-928-GOLD. The Oxford Gold Group will teach you everything you want to know about owning real gold. It's not easier than you think. Call the Oxford Gold Group now at 833-928-GOLD to get your free precious metals investment guide. Talk to them about getting real gold and silver delivered to your home, or about having real gold placed in your IRA or 401k. The Oxford Gold Group is here to help you protect your savings and retirement from the unknown. Call them now, 833-928-GOLD. So, what are you waiting for? 833-928-GOLD. Get your gold you can hold from the Oxford Gold Group, 833-928-GOLD.
He is the voice of the conservative millennial, the Ben Shapiro Show.
They're not going to be willing to keep the government shut down.
Today at 3 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
It is. It is. It is. It is. 7:30. Straight up and down. A lot of things to talk about now. I got some get if they come, if they show up on the phone like they're supposed to. The attorneys representing, well, one of those guys in it representing the Moncrief family. Talk about. I am so confused in this thing. I don't know what to do. Well, not for me to do anything, but you know, I am pro police. I support our guys, even though they don't have that many guys right now. I support them, but I think you know, on one side it's you got to find the truth someplace. Of course, that's not my job to find the truth, but I try to. You know, I try. Sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. Good morning, who's this? Okay, guess you hung up. All right then. 860-1440 is the number here. You want to give us a call up, talk to whatever on your mind. We're talking about a couple of things. 9 people killed in California last night. Was that San Diego? It wasn't San Diego, someplace else. San Mateo. Anyway, one of them sands. Good morning. Yes. Again, that's you know, that's I would imagine that they're a lot smarter than we are in their procedures, and I would imagine they check that. You know, I mean, one person said he shot himself, and well, yeah, I don't know. I went downtown yesterday to the break, and there was a round sent through the back glass of that car. I saw it. So it came from the outside in rather than from the inside out. Right, right. So I saw that. Again, I don't know when that happened, how it happened. Then I heard his mother was in the car with him, and I just don't know. But anyway, we're gonna try to ferret some of this out today. And again, now every side, whether it's our side or their side, every side's going to have their perspective and their quote unquote evidence. I heard Daryl Bailey yesterday. So you know, it's confusing to me. It really is. This. Well, that's what I'm thinking. They got to have cameras on their uniforms. Well, because I'm not in the chain of command, so they have told me.
All right, Kev.
All righty then. As a matter of fact, I got some of the what I got some of the some of that press conference here right now. This is one of the I think this is the guy that's going to come over me this morning if I can get him to if I can get this thing to play right quick. Okay, let me stop this over here and then go over here and get back to that. And let's just see. Then we got Daryl Bailey. Let's see what Daryl says. Okay. Okay, so he says he's under restriction. Mm-hmm. Of the opinion. Okay, so according to Daryl Bailey, there will be no arrest made at the moment because he said he isn't. They evidently they didn't find anything for the time being that the police did. Okay. Right. Yeah.
To tell the facts as I know them, being the district attorney of this county. I cannot let things go that I know that are not true.
Okay. Well, he said he get. I don't think you guys can. I don't think you guys can hear that. I gotta try to download that and see whether or not I can bring the audio up, and I think that's what I'll do. I can't do it right now. Then there was the police officers, not the police officers, the attorneys. So this is not. I don't think this is going to be loud enough for me to play for you guys. So hopefully I'll have them on, somebody on in the next hour to talk about. This is. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. You know, I mean, how can DA, the attorneys, and everybody look at the same thing? All come thing, like I said, we can all go to the same church and come up with the same different conclusions. So I guess that's just par for the course. Anyway, 860-1440. But we're gonna try to get him on. The mayor yesterday did his thing yesterday. He was a little bit upset about some of the things that had been said, and if in fact what they said is not true, then then I guess they have a right to come out. The mayor was kind of harsh yesterday, as a matter of fact, on some of these folks. But let's move on to something. We'll get to that next hour, because I'm really confused about some of these things. This has probably been the most unusual case, because the night that it happened, let me see if I can find my thing. The night that it happened, they said it was and somebody was shot at the police. Now, whether that happened or not, I don't know. Okay, but we're gonna see. And then some people, I don't know. Anyway, I don't. So we're gonna talk to them, because I do not know. And as a matter of fact, and according to some of the things yesterday, a lot of people don't know exactly what happened. So I guess it's all gonna have to be figured out. Although you heard the DA say, the DA barely said that right now nobody's gonna be arrested for anything at the moment. So we'll see how that all, we'll figure all that out as we go along. Okay, move right along to other things. 9 people shot and killed in again, is there anything we can do as citizens to stop some of this, short of taking people's weapons away? Because I still believe that if you take people's weapons away, they will be at the mercy of every crook that's ever been out here. So I just, are we just, I mean, I've never been in a time when so many shootings happen in America. I mean, we got more people being killed over here than in an active combat zone, overseas. This is it. Anyway, also, looking on AO.com will say that the session ends, but gambling isn't over. I don't understand, again, why the Alabama Literacy Act delay, why the governor wants to sign that. I mean, why wouldn't we, if education is paramount to the success of our future generations, why wouldn't we want to just put people back for a grade until they can read? Since that is the whole purpose of education, right? I mean, so why wouldn't the government support that? Well, we know why, politics, but still. We always talk about education. Every time a lottery comes up, education. Okay, but now she can actually do something to, at least in principle, make education a little bit better. If you're in the 3rd grade and you cannot read at least some of the fundamental, some basic reading, then you probably shouldn't go to the 4th grade. Probably shouldn't. Good morning. Good. Yeah. Yeah. This is it. This is us.
Okay, let me tell you, you asked a question about the shootings.
Yes.
And the problem that we have is that a person could not shoot someone that doesn't have a gun. And so if we're in a civil government and we're supposed to govern and the best interests of the people are not being protected by the political infrastructure, then you have your answer right there. The same thing with the problem with the gambling, the prison systems that the buildings of the prisons, all of those things are a direct result of the political infrastructure. We change by changing those folks. There's no other way to do it.
Well, you can't do it if you don't vote, and we have a history of not voting. So no sense complaining because we don't vote.
Well, the point is that either we want to have a country that governs to the best interests of a few people, or else we accept what we have and just do just like the rest of them, just arm ourselves. It's crazy. With people with 40 and 50 guns in a country where you happen supposedly to buy them legally. Think about this. Why would anybody need 10 guns, let alone 20 or 30, or 10 different kinds of guns for the protection of themselves and their family?
Well, from an ideology standpoint, the theory is, what is the reason for the Second Amendment? The reason for the Second Amendment is to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. If government can have 50 guns, then it seems like to me that the citizens ought to be able to own as many guns as they want to also, because it is to protect ourselves from them. Because if you start limiting people, if I got 10 sheriffs show up at my house and I know I'm innocent, then don't I have the right to protect myself as well as they do?
I hear your question. Who is government?
The folks who send folks to your house, because it's supposed to be government other people, by the people, and for the people. But we know that just sounds good.
It's people, though. You'll admit that, right?
It's supposed to be.
All right, now. So you're saying that government has many guns. See, this is a function of people that are in the process of governing. That's for the purpose of invasion by outside forces, and really it says domestic as well.
Right.
The point is that it is not an effective process that we have in place here in this country, so we need to rethink it. Let me just say this to you. If we are on the right track, why are we constantly regressing?
Well, I believe because basically we want people with the same outcome rather than the same access. And you cannot guarantee the same outcome for everybody. But one part of this political spectrum thinks that everybody should have the same outcome. And that's just not realistic. But we are active participants in that process by not being part of the process. I know, but we ain't there, right. But we're not there. But you can't fix the past right now. It was what it was. But there's nothing you can do about what was. Nothing. No, I think you know. Here's my question: how did so many people survive and excel even at the worst of times in America, such as George Washington Carver, Booker T. Washington, all these folks who excelled even with even under the weight of all those bad things of the past? How did they do? And, but I will say to them historically, I read the Bible, and the Jewish people, the Israelites, were under great pressure and great. They were pushed down to the ground, but yet and still they rose. So why can't we? Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Listen, I got. Well, and that's true. That's true. Got to take a break, but hey, I appreciate you coming. Please call again. Let's have a conversation. I'll be back.
FA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
This report is sponsored by U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Good news. Everyone 12 and older is now eligible for a COVID vaccine. So if you're 12 and up, visit vaccines.gov to find vaccines near you. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Another hot day on the way. Temperatures up around 90 degrees, give or take a degree or two, depending on if you see an isolated shower or storm. Yes, we have rain chances in the forecast, only around 20, maybe 25%. That's about it. It will be a little more humid as well. Otherwise, it's partly cloudy. Tonight, can't rule out an isolated shower down in the upper 60s and a better chance of a few showers and storms with the cold front late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and Friday night. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, so good. Like it like this. Thursday mornings, no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving smoothly. No major problems or slowdowns. Nothing to send you on an alternate route. All good. From a simple patient transport to life and death situations, Haynes Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. Haynes Ambulance, ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, front and back, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's Knows. Located on an Atlanta highway just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pros today at 239-9510. Chico's Knows.
The used car blowout continues all month long at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. If you have an extra vehicle or are just looking to upgrade, bring it by to get a fantastic offer. And if you're shopping for a new Chevrolet, be sure to stop in or give Larry Puckett a call. Yes, inventories may be low right now, but Larry Puckett Chevrolet has a great selection on the way. Your brand new Chevrolet may be en route right now. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Cobbsport Road in Prattville, and online 24/7 at LarryPuckett.com. LarryPuckett.com.
It's a different year. You need to reach your potential customers, and your customers need to be able to find you. Let Cumulus Media help. We've built a unique opportunity for you to connect your business with River Region homeowners that are looking for your products and services. Radio, digital, and lead generation for your business, helping you reach hundreds of thousands of people in this area. You need to talk to Cumulus Media. Call Don Polno at 334-240-2257. That's 334-240-2257.
Hello, need to sell your house quick, facing foreclosure, a divorce, a family member just passed away? We buy houses cash. Call me at 334-294-6032. Any condition, any area. Let me pay cash for your house. Call me 334-294-6032. Again, facing foreclosure, facing the divorce, a family member just passed away, call me at 334-294-6032. I'll pay cash for your house. Thank you.
Paid for by the Joshua Agency, LLC. Guys, you know that new Untuck It shirt you've been eyeing? Well, you can save 25% on everything in stores and online with Untuck It's annual Memorial Day event going on now. Untuck It shirts are made to be worn untucked, so you can feel comfortable and look sharp all day. They're the only styles you need this summer. Untuck It's Memorial Day sale is the time to save on bestsellers like wrinkle-resistant linen and cool short-sleeve styles to help beat the heat. Just visit Untuckit.com or any of Untuckit's 80-plus stores to save 25%. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The summer heat has set in, and it doesn't look like Alabama's cooling down anytime soon. To avoid heat illness, it's important to take preventative measures. Drink more fluids. Stay indoors. When temperatures are extreme, reduce or eliminate strenuous activities during the hottest times of the day. Protect yourself from the sun with a hat and sunscreen, and never leave pets or people in parked vehicles. This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show. Weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Alrighty then. The time on the clock says 7:52 this morning. So if you want to give us a call in, 860-1440 is the number. Or you can text me, 294-1298, 294-1298 if you don't want to hear you don't want people to hear your voice all on the radio and all that kind of stuff. And there are some people who don't want people to hear them on the radio. So I give them that option. Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
It stimulated some thought, and it was about the Israelites and the pressure they were under. Let me ask you a couple questions, so since it's Thursday.
Right. Yes. Now, well, you mean when it was written or when I don't know. I don't know, 700, 800, 900 years? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so, man, I don't know. 1,000 years? 2,000? I don't know. Mm-hmm.
how to live. And, you know, if it's reality, and these things actually happen, these stories, they guide us towards morality, and let's call it, in this day and age, we've got new words in the English language, I believe, ethics is English, think morality, doing the right thing. You know, there's a thought, and it probably came from this guy early in his life in Sunday school. And all I'm going to say, Orwellian thoughts. If I would ask everybody in the audience this morning, who would be the Israelites of today? Who would be the ones?
Well, it looks like me the same. Well, it seems like to me the Israelites are still under pressure and today. Yeah. Right, right. Mm-hmm. I read some of it. Okay. Mm. Mm. Right. All right. Interesting point. Take one more. Good morning. Who's this? Well, I mean that we like yes. Let's just take the vote Tuesday. I mean they got 30,000 people or 26,000 registered voters, and maybe 1,000 and some came. 1,100 people came out.
Been here. Yeah, black people got to, you know, we had the opportunity to live where we want to live, drive where we want to live, etc. But the thing is, voting does nothing. Now, you said it's Marche lady. Now, obviously, she didn't give a damn how corrupt the council were. She wanted to be a part of it. So now she got a seat at the table. Every now and then you see them doing something like at the city lotto the other day. That wasn't about anything. Y'all were talking about raising all this saying about the city workers. The city workers get a check. When they come through our community, they pick up their garbage or whatever. I wave a lot of times. They're getting paid for it. They're not out there for their help. So all this nonsense doesn't make any sense, El. And the bottom line is simple. You tell me how many people that have been running for office have told the elf man, I got one guarantee I can give you. How many times have you heard that it's been proven?
Well, nobody can guarantee anything. Oh. But I'm hoping, right? But I'm hoping that hey, listen, my time's up, but I gotta go. I'm hoping that we got enough moxie to convince people that your cause is just, and that's about leadership. It's about influencing other people to think the way you do, or at least to desire some of the things you desire. We'll be back.
WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
It was the 3rd of September.
Here's what's happening on this Thursday morning. A breaking news update. New details are coming in about the gunman who killed 9 people in
What are the new details?
California. Police say the apparent shooter, who worked at the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority, took his own life as police moved in. No word yet on a motive. Back in Alabama, Governor Kay Ivey is signing more bills passed by lawmakers this legislative session. One of those bills is a ban on curbside voting in our state. This legislation prevents election workers from setting up curbside areas for people to cast their ballots.
as well as forbids the setting up of voting machines outside the polling place. If you're taking a road trip this Memorial Day weekend, gas prices the highest we've seen since 2014. Right now, the national average is $3 a gallon. That's more than $1 per gallon more than it was this time last year. Gas prices in Alabama sit at $2.83 a gallon. That's your news on this Thursday morning. I'm Jed Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom.
News Radio 1440, the home of Sean Hannity. What makes America great are its people. WLWI AM and 95.1 HD.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. There will be a vigil outside San Jose, California City Hall this evening for the 9 people shot and killed by a co-worker at a rail yard. Mayor Sam Liccardo.
Now is a moment for us to collect ourselves, to understand what happened, to mourn, and to help those who have suffered to heal.
The sheriff's office has just confirmed the gunman, Sam Cassidy, had 2 semi-automatic weapons and 11 magazines with him. He killed himself as officers rushed in. His ex-wife says he struggled with a bad temper. Correspondent Jamie Yukas has been speaking to relatives of the victims.
They were bus and light rail operators, mechanics, linemen, and a manager. For more than a year, these employees worked through the dangers of the pandemic, only now to fall victim to a mass shooting.
This is the 7th workplace shooting this year. One was at a FedEx facility near Minneapolis. Mayor Joe Hogsett says it's up to everyone to turn the tide.
You have an obligation to de-escalate disagreements.
Jobless claims have hit yet another pandemic low. 406,000 people signed up for benefits last week as the economy continued to pick up and layoffs slowed. President Biden calls it the American Jobs Plan. Republicans' chief negotiator, Senator Shelley Moore Capito, tells CNBC the two sides are inching closer to an agreement on his proposed infrastructure plan. A group of GOP lawmakers will unveil their own $1 trillion counteroffer today. The president will talk about the economy during a trip to Cleveland later on. They've found another noose at an Amazon construction site in Windsor, Connecticut. WCBS Radio's Sean Adams.
The latest symbol of racial hatred turned up with some electrical wires that had not been touched in a few weeks. Amazon closed the site over the weekend to install cameras at access points and in stairwell.
The state NAACP's Scott Esdale.
The black community has no trust in this. 8 nooses?
The first noose was found a month ago. The Department of Homeland Security hopes to prevent a repeat of the hack attack on the Colonial Fuel Pipeline that left drivers up and down the East Coast high and dry. CBS's Nicole Skanga.
TSA's new directive will require pipeline owners and operators designate a 24/7 chief security officer to coordinate with the federal government in the event of a cyber incident.
Winners of COVID vaccine sweepstakes are beginning to cash in.
We are excited to announce the first winner, Abigail Bugensky from Silverton. Congratulations!
Bugensky is the first to hit the $1 million jackpot in Ohio. 5 states are offering lotteries to try to boost vaccinations, but there are concerns that the games will trigger relapses for addicts. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Paid for by government.com.
Have you heard? A recent stash of 1893 $10 gold Liberty coins has been found. These gorgeous 1893p gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 25 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Just call government.com at 1-800-333-2210, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1893 $10 gold Liberty, struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These 1893 gold coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 128 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-333-2210. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-333-2210 now to secure your 1893p Gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-333-2210.
CBS's Steve Hartman is asking musicians to play taps across America at exactly 3 p.m. this Memorial Day. Our Elise Preston explains.
The idea came from a story Hartman did 9 years ago with Don Britton from Tacoma,
Washington. He played taps every day at sunset to honor America's veterans.
I'm in another zone when I'm playing. I'm trying to play it as best as I can. Do a good job.
What about that story resonated with you years later?
Not just the playing of the taps, but when the neighbors came out and stood on their balconies, on their porch, brought me to tears.
Once again, he's asking musicians to sound those 24 notes Monday afternoon, so those who hear taps will stop and remember America's fallen. Knicks fans partied like it was pre-pandemic times. Hundreds flooded the streets around Madison Square Garden after New York beat Atlanta to even their first-round playoff series. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
I have the power to say this is not how my story will end.
My recovery comes first, so everything I love in life doesn't come last.
It's never easy, and it's really never over. But I know recovery is possible.
This is Dr. Clark. You've come this far. We're here to help you continue. You've got this, and we've got you.
This is Dr. Jones. Breakthrough Wellness provides services you need to keep moving forward and up.
Breakthrough Wellness Montgomery, Dothan, Clanton, and Phoenix City. Breakthrough
Yeah,
Wellness.
but the 3rd of September.
I've been saying for 25 years. Don't pay money, don't pay for it. Good morning, Alabama. How did you sleep last night? Maybe it's time to purchase a new mattress from Wolf Boys Bed. We don't want to just sell your mattress. We want to teach you how to buy the right mattress to improve your life. Shop the Better Sleep Sale going on now at Wolf Boys Bedding. The Queen mattress sets for $4.99, Twin as low as $99, and Alabama made bunk beds for $2.99. Plus, for a limited time, receive up to $1,000 off on qualifying Jameson mattress set. Interest-free financing available. Don't count sheet, get a good night's sleep. Wolf Boys Bedding next to American Oklahoma.
Hey, Montgomery, Prattville, and surrounding areas, we want to buy your car. Matt Parsons here with Budget Car and Truck Sales. These last few months have been crazy busy, and we're having a hard time buying enough cars to stock the lot. So if you have a car, truck, van, or SUV, and you're thinking about selling it and want a quick, easy way to do it, stop by the dealership and let me make you an offer. We buy all makes and models, so no matter what you have, we could be a buyer for it. And if we come to an agreement on it, I'll give you a check on the spot. Easy peasy. Even if you still owe money on the vehicle and you want to sell it, it's no problem. We'll simply pay off the bank and give you a check for the difference. Maybe you're on the fence about selling a vehicle because you're not sure what you can get for it. We can help there too. Just swing in the dealership and we'll do an appraisal on the vehicle completely free. So let's help each other, Montgomery and Prattville. If you want to sell your vehicle, we want to buy it. Sounds like a perfect match to me. And as always, if you're looking to purchase a nicer, newer car, truck, or van, or SUV, we'd be honored to be your dealership. We are the people's firm. Let your car and truck sales, 61 Mandel Parkway, Montgomery, or 508 Queensmith Road, Prattville. Visit us online at buybudgetonline.com. That's buybudgetonline.com.
Guys, you know that new Untuckit shirt you've been eyeing? Well, you can save 25% on everything in stores and online with Untuckit's annual Memorial Day event.
It saves patients like Jenny.
Okay. All right, there we go. All right then. I was trying to find some more of that audio. Anyway, good morning to you. It's 8:08 in the morning. You want to give us a call? 860-1440. What's him asked the brother from another asked an interesting question. Who would be the Israelites today? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, in America, I don't really see anybody. I think we got it pretty good over here. But again, people don't agree with my. I have a unique perspective on life. Yeah, I do. I don't. I try to look for the good, and I try to extract even out of bad situations. You try to extract the good things, because even on a cloudy day, the sun is still out. You just don't see it at the moment. Anyway, 860-1440. Now I am anticipating a call. Now, if they haven't changed their mind, they, after all that stuff yesterday, who knows what people are going to say? We got Daryl Bailey saying one thing. We got the mayor saying his thing. and the lawyers of the family saying their thing. Will we ever find out the truth of what actually happened on that fateful night over there, that hotel? I do not know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave. We'll leave that to smarter people than I am. Don't forget tomorrow, and I'm still looking for. If somebody can help me out here, I'm still looking for the list. Because for the past few years, I've had it, and I just can't seem to find it. The list of all the casualties of this war on terror since 2001. The folks who we've lost from Alabama, either National Guard or on active duty. And I haven't been able. I used to have the list, but I went to a couple of the funerals of the young men who gave their life, the greatest sacrifice you have to give, and that's their life for other men. And but I cannot find. I thought the National Guard here in Montgomery would have it, but it's kind of hard to get anybody to answer the phone over there. So I guess I got to go by there when I get off here and try to find that information. But if anybody out there knows how I can do that, either text me or call me or email me at kevin.elkins@cumulus.com or text me 334-294-1298, and hopefully somebody can help me out here, because I need to recognize those people tomorrow. If anybody out there knows where they are, if I can find, because I do it every year, and I can't find. Of course, I don't have a flag this year either. I don't have a flag. I don't know why. I went out to National Guard base yesterday and got our flag, but I'm going to buy some flags and put in here for our fallen troops. It is But somebody, I can't believe somebody asked me yesterday if I knew the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. I mean, I just can't believe somebody asked me that. Now you can ask any other talk show host in Montgomery that, and you may have you may be right. Some people don't know. But I can't believe somebody asked me that. Sergeant Kevin D. Elkins. I just can't believe somebody asked me that. Okay, I mean, come on. Well, I want you to do, whoever asked me that the other day, please go to the mirror and hit yourself in the jaw. Okay, so I don't have to. Okay, I'm just saying. I know the difference. Anyway, and I'm glad I'm here to know the difference. Okay, yes, sir. 860-1440 is your number here. Let me. I'm waiting for. Tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to go ahead and take my first break. And that for when they call, I don't have to go to a break right away. Give them an opportunity to, if they call. If not, we'll move on to other things. Get an opportunity to talk uninterrupted for a few minutes, okay? And you guys can call in. And I am able to take calls. At least I haven't tried anybody yet, but I tried it yesterday and it seems to be working. So 860-1440 is the number. You want to give us a call? Love to talk to you. But I take my early break. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Mattress Firm.
It was the 3rd of September.
Sale ever. For a limited time, save up to $500 on top-rated mattress brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base with your $6.99 mattress purchase.
Another hot day on the way. Temperatures up around 90 degrees, give or take a degree or two, depending on if you see an isolated shower or storm. Yes, we have rain chances in the forecast, only around 20, maybe 25%. That's about it. It will be a little more humid as well. Otherwise, it's partly cloudy. Tonight, can't rule out an isolated shower down in the upper 60s, and a better chance of a few showers and storms with a cold front late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and Friday night.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got an accident East Boulevard in Monticello. So please use caution there. East Boulevard in Monticello. They're across from the Brewery Inn. You see something else giving you trouble, safely contact us. We'll pass the info along, and we do appreciate everyone's help. 567-9000, that's the number to call MCS for an equity loan on your home, land, or auto. Good credit, slow credit, it doesn't matter. MCS.
It don't matter.
NMLS 232876. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's knows. Located on Atlanta Highway just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pros today at 239-9510. Chico's knows.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening on this Thursday morning. A breaking news update. New details are coming in about the gunman who killed at least 9 people in a mass shooting in San Jose, California. Police say the apparent shooter, who worked for the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority, took his own life as police moved in. No word yet on a motive. Back in Alabama, Governor Kay Ivey is signing more bills passed by lawmakers this legislative session. One of those bills is a ban on curbside voting in our state. This legislation prevents election workers from setting up curbside areas for people to cast their ballots, as well as forbids the setting up of voting machines outside the polling place. If you're taking a road trip this Memorial Day weekend, gas prices are the highest we've seen since 2014. Right now, the national average is $3 a gallon. That's more than $1 per gallon more than it was this time last year. Gas prices in Alabama sit at $2.83 a gallon. That's your news on this Thursday morning. I'm Jed Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom.
It's a podcast about money, but Stacking Benjamins not only has great financial insight, it's laid back with humor too.
Our second headline, the average 401k savings rate, will it really fund retirement?
No, easy.
Done. And that's our second headline. I'm exhausted after that one. Experts recommend socking away at least 10% of your salary, but a recent report suggests many Americans are short of that benchmark.
Just about that.
Listen and subscribe to Stacking Benjamins on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your shows.
Since 1968, Montgomery residents have trusted Bill Bradley. When something breaks, it's about getting you back the comfort and security of your home as quickly as possible. For plumbing, heating, and air conditioning concerns, we'll come fix your home. Bill Bradley, the River Region's only certified room dealer. Certificate number 84449.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Recently, Facebook announced its ban on former President Trump, but promised to review the ban in 6 months. Now, Newsmax wants to know if you think Trump should be back on Facebook. Vote in Newsmax's national poll and let us know your opinion. Just text the word PRIME to 39747. That's PRIME to 39747. It takes just seconds. Make your voice heard. We'll share poll results with the 30 million people who watch Newsmax TV. Forbes calls Newsmax a news powerhouse. It's already the 4th largest cable news channel in America, with great recent guests like Donald Trump, Mike Huckabee, Franklin Graham, John Voight, Alan Dershowitz, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Mike Pompeo, and so many more. Newsmax is on all major cable systems. If your cable company doesn't carry Newsmax, call them. Tell them you want Newsmax or you can switch. So vote now in the Newsmax poll on Facebook's Trump ban. Just text the word PRIME to 39747. Let Newsmax and America know your opinion.
Are you looking for window shades? Well, now is the time to visit our friends Just Blinds and Prattville, the leaders in window coverings.
For a limited time only, Just Blinds is offering $50 to $100 rebates on popular Graver solar and roller window shades, or receive $50 rebates on each motorized Graver window treatment.
And be sure to take advantage of the free upgrade to a cordless lift on select Graver shades.
Visit Just Blinds showroom in Prattville or go to GoJustBlinds.com. That's GoJustBlinds.com.
The Dan Bongino Show.
The Republican Party owes Donald Trump a debt of gratitude.
Weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Well, I'm waiting for them to call, but maybe after the mayor's scathing uh, press conference yesterday, they decided not to call. Okay, which is good. Which is good. I was looking forward to the conversation, but who knows? Maybe they just decided they want to, you know, not get involved in the method. But there was motivated yesterday though downtown in front of the the judicial building downtown. I was down there too, as a matter of fact. They made some interesting comment, but I tell you what, I'm trying to find maybe some of the things they said, but if you didn't have an opportunity to go down there, but evidently it's 8:20, so they're like 5 minutes late. So I'm going to take that as a they've had because Stephen Reed really kind of like called them out, and and I think all people actually really want to know is the truth. That's all people want to know. Um, they want to know if the police had to use lethal force, that it was justified. Evidently, Daryl Bailey, who even I politically disagree with at times, uh, you know, I think he's a pretty good guy. I don't think he would hold anybody up in the wrong if he knew, in fact, that it was wrong. Um, so he seems to think that everything is on the up and up. But again, I did want to hear the other side. I'll let you folks hear the other side of that story. Now, it can't be as complicated as we're making it out to be. We got video. As a matter of fact, one of the attorneys told me, well, he watched the young man come down in the elevator or come outside, and he said he had a cell phone in his hand. A bunch told me a bunch of stuff yesterday, and of course, people will tell you anything if you'll listen. So anyway, we'll see how that all works out. But evidently, they're not going to call because I guess the mayor whooped up on them some yesterday. I guess. Good morning. Yes.
That's why everybody should wait for the investigation.
Well,
digesting and indigesting and prognosticating.
That's true. Mm. I don't think Montgomery would get involved in anything like the whole BLM movement, but I think they do have a. I mean, listen, what they were telling me yesterday, it absolutely defied everything that everybody else had been saying since the incident happened, and I just said, wow, yeah.
As many folks have cameras, do you think somebody don't have a camera, a video of what happened?
Yeah, and I think the police ought to have one too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's footage, and I'm sure that I'm sure there's footage, and so so what brought about? Of course, when people feel they've been wrong, that I understand the family, they lost a family member, and I understand that. But there's so many questions here. The young lady evidently was sitting at home when the police showed up at the hotel, so she wasn't in any danger. At least that's what they told me. I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Right. Well, they got some deep pockets. No, but they got deep pockets. Their pockets deeper than mine. Again, yeah. Well, I'm just saying we just I wasn't going to say anything. I'm going to let them say it. They don't. I mean, they made a big to do yesterday down at the down at the courthouse. Yeah. 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 It does seem to have a few sides, but we'll see. We do, and I'm not trying to contribute. Right, and I'm not trying to contribute any more to our pleasant environment in Montgomery. but I do believe that people have a right to hear both sides. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man. Well, all right. Hey, appreciate it. 8:24 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Probably because they didn't give us no secret. Probably they didn't give us no secrets, and we didn't have nothing to give away. Actually, I had a secret clearance. I wasn't top. I thought it was. I had a secret clearance, I guess, like most people in the units I was in. But hey, I didn't have a top secret. No. Man, no, listen, don't be lying on me. No, I can't. No, I can't. I can probably ride 100 miles on my bike. You know, I know, and I'm with you. And the purpose of going back there right now is what? I said, and the purpose of going back there right now is what? Yeah, I mean, obviously there have been people that have been used, abused, but mhm, okay. Mhm. And who's y'all? Who's y'all? That's true. Hey man, I gotta run. I gotta run. Oh, appreciate it. Okay. Good morning. Who's this? Michael. Good morning. I thought you guys had forgot all about us.
You're running a little behind.
Okay. Well, listen. After you guys left yesterday, of course, our mayor had a press conference. Our DA had a press conference. Tell us a little bit about this because there are so many sides to this that we're not exactly sure. Tell what's going on.
That's why at the conference, what my request was let's call in the Department of Justice, have the city call in the Department of Justice and allow them to do the investigation. Because of we have the three people who were located in that automobile. They were all interviewed completely separately, and they all three gave statements that were consistent. And those statements were consistent with the video that was at the microtel. So that is why we were asking for the Department of Justice to come in and do the investigation.
Now, our district attorney said right now he doesn't see anybody being charged for anything out of this. Was this was this first of all, let me ask you a question. The night that this happened, I was called and I was told that somebody was shooting at the police. You guys assert that there was no weapon.
Watched Bailey's and mayor's press conference. You look at what Chief Finley had said, that he was shooting at the police. He exchanged fire with the police. If you pay attention to that press conference, they stayed completely away from that statement because they know that statement was not correct that Chief Finley made. So that, coupled with everything else, that's why we are asking for the Department of Justice to come in and do an independent investigation. Obviously, you know, our firms and Mr. Brown's firm, we work together quite frequently. We do high-end litigation, lots of products liability cases and cases involving experts. Experts will disagree on findings. That happens all the time in litigation. And I believe that has happened even in George Floyd's case. I believe that there were differences on those experts as to his cause of death. And we're not comparing this to George Floyd's death, absolutely. And we did not hold a press conference on the anniversary of George Floyd's death. That was the day before. So that's one thing that we did not do. So that's what we're talking about. We want that independent investigation. That's what the family has been asking for.
But isn't it, but
they were being told what they were hearing is completely different from the three ladies who were sitting in the automobile.
well, let me ask, and who were the ladies in the automobile? Okay, when I was down there yesterday, I saw a single bullet go through the back glass. If that many people were in the car, and then there was a bullet, I looked on the side, was Mr. Moncrief the only person injured? Right. So none of the rounds that I saw on that car were from the inside of the car. Every round that I saw then entered the car from the outside in. I mean, it had to take the hand of God to make that to see that nobody else got shot. Uh, Okay. Okay. Is it your assessment, your assertion that there were no shots fired from anybody in that car? But I guess. Mhm. And you say what? Of course, now here's something else that doesn't add up. Now, I'm mainly pro police. Why is it reasonable that right? But why would the police right? Why would the police open fire though if they in fact did not fear for their own safety, either by hearing a shot or something like that? I mean, so why would they do that? Yeah, yeah. Right. Okay. Okay. So has it been proven that he actually had a gun? Right. Right. So you guys are alleging what?
We are alleging is that from what it appears, from the testimony, from what was investigated, it appears that the officer and that's one of the things from you can see one officer exit the vehicle and begin shooting. So that's what it appears happened, and that's why we're consistently asking for that Department of Justice to step in and do the investigation, because you can call in. The city turned this over to the state of Alabama, Leah, to do the investigation. We're asking for an independent by the Department of Justice to come in and do the investigation.
You don't, and again, it's a matter of integrity. You don't feel that our departments here or the state of Alabama has the wherewithal or the objectiveness in order to do this investigation. You think somehow there's something dishonest that okay.
The department many times for cases. I've been on the law enforcement many times for their testimony in cases. I represent officers. I represent a lot of different people, my office and Mr. Brown's office. But to have such a completely different set of facts and story than what the three ladies who were in the automobile to have, and from what the video at the microtel depicts, all of this could have been avoided by simply, yes, come in, view the videotape. You need to see it. Your family needs to see that.
So why won't they let you? Why won't they allow you to see the videotape? Right. Yeah.
And their fingerprints then get on it, or their DNA gets on it. This is simply viewing cameras.
Right. So let me ask you, how many shots actually were entered that vehicle? How many rounds? And that,
but I believe there were 5 holes in the automobile.
so if there were, and again, I'm not, this is your thing. You guys know how to do this, but it would seem to me with 5 rounds entering that vehicle and nobody gets hurt, nobody comes out of this thing injured except for Mr. Moncrief himself. Wouldn't that kind of suggest that self-inflicted?
With an automobile. The driver of that automobile would be killed, and the other 3 individuals are completely unharmed, and that automobile would be completely destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
People have been involved in rollover accidents, and the driver is cut in half, and the other individuals are unharmed. So you're asking a question: why do things happen?
Mm-hmm.
That's beyond.
Right, I get you. I got you. Right. Well, what's the next step in all of this then? And I assume, and you may not be assuming this directly, but indirectly, you are saying that you do not believe the story from our police department. Okay. Right. So
Left that alone because they know that that statement is false.
so Mhm. Right. Mhm. Mhm. The mother, right? The mother, if he had actually harmed himself, his mother certainly wouldn't know that, right? She was in the car with him. Mm. Right. I've never seen a story that is so completely opposite. Even for a layman like myself, a layperson like me, it's confusing. And I'm a guy who believes in logic and reason. And my standard: does it make sense? Is it reasonable? And right now, I'm somewhat confused because I mean, right.
But one of the things after that press conference, had many people call me, and one of the things they would say is, if Gary Moncrief was going to commit suicide, why didn't he do it in his hotel room? Why would a 32-year-old man walk down the stairs and do it in front of his mother? That's where the logic seems to depart from. What you're talking about. It's not logical that occurs. And when you view, and that's one of the things that I will be so happy whenever that Microtel uh, videos are obtained and released. Everybody will be able to see exactly what many other people have seen.
Right.
All of it.
Okay, so the tape. Just a point of clarification. It is, as far as you know, Mr. Moncrief was not in possession of a weapon.
I know, well, I was not in the automobile. All I can tell you is based upon the interviews and conversations that whenever he, and what was viewed, whenever he left his hotel room, he had a cell phone and an electronic cigarette. Cell phone in one hand, electronic cigarette in the other hand. When he stepped off the elevator from the second floor to the first floor, he did not have anything in his hand.
And his mother, I would imagine, or the people in that car could testify the fact that he did not have a weapon.
That's what we are relying upon. Whenever we do investigations, we rely upon witnesses and testimony and investigations, and that is what is presented to a jury. We're not here to be the judge, the jury, and rule on it. We gathered the information and we present it.
Right. Now, right. It's my understanding, though, that if you fire a weapon, you leave a signature on your hand. I think it's called a paraphernalia test or something like that. Right. Did he have any of that on his hands? Right. Well, I got to tell you, listen, good luck on this. And I think everybody should have their side of the story told. Again, is it reasonable? Is it logical? Logic sometimes gets lost, but reason seems to stick in there some kind of way. Wow. Do you want to take a call from somebody? Anybody? No. Okay. 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 Gotcha. Well, okay. Right. Well, listen, appreciate talking to you. We'll be following you, and hopefully the truth will be known out of this. All right. Thanks a lot, man. Gotta take a break. We'll come back with some of your calls, your questions right after this.
Weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
This report is sponsored by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. You probably have someone in your life who looks out for you. Thank them by getting vaccinated. Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Another hot day on the way. Temperatures up around 90 degrees, give or take a degree or two, depending on if you see an isolated shower or storm. Yes, we have rain chances in the forecast, only around 20, maybe 25%. That's about it. It will be a little more humid as well. Otherwise, it's partly cloudy. Tonight, can't rule out an isolated shower down in the upper 60s and a better chance of a few showers and storms through the cold front late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and a Friday night.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Hello, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported that would send anyone on an alternate route. You keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Shopping is incredible at Premier Place. Shop It's Fashion, GNC, T-Mobile, Goodwill, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's knows. Located on Atlanta Highway just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pros today at 239-9510. Chico's knows.
Ron's Roofing knows that when a storm damages your roof, it's hard to know what to do next. Easy. Rely on the most trusted and recognized roofing name, Ron's Roofing. They'll help protect you from the next storm. Ron's Roofing understands that your roof is your home's first line of defense. That's why they work with all insurance companies to ensure that your home is protected from any unexpected storms. A job won't get the Ron's Roofing name on it unless it's done right. Visit ronsroofing.com or call 215-0070.
The U.S. Supreme Court was established on the principles of fairness, dignity, and impartiality, but it's really a mess. I'm Leon Nathan, and I want to tell you about a new show I'm working on called 5 to 4. 9 justices that compose the Supreme Court are not the smartest people in the country.
No.
We are. That's right. Every week, Peter, Rhiannon, and Michael are going to take on a legally dubious Supreme Court decision. Listen and subscribe to 5 to 4, free wherever you get your podcasts, from the Westwood One Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, we received a handwritten note which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article that we had discussed. You know, in today's high-tech, low-touch world, it's refreshing to get a thoughtful handwritten note once in a while. It's enough to inspire me to get started. To learn more, check us out at thekindnessrevolution.net.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anita Chandra with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Do you want to know the secret to baby brain development? It's you. Your baby's brain develops rapidly in her first few years. 2 apples. So talk to her, read and sing as much as you can starting from birth. You don't need fancy toys. Play peekaboo, read a book, or just talk about your day. For more information on baby brain development, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris, encouraging you to take the Purple Pledge and support the 47 million people worldwide who are living with Alzheimer's disease and other dementias.
The number of Americans living with Alzheimer's is growing at an alarming rate. 10% of people over the age of 65 have the disease, and 2/3 of them are women. New research is making it possible to detect Alzheimer's disease and providing an accurate diagnosis earlier than ever before. This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
They are the 2 sexiest fat men alive. Really fat. And you can hear Rick and Bubba on News Radio 1440, beginning at 9 a.m. Depend on it.
Okay, we are back. I don't have a lot of time, so let me go straight to the phone and talk to somebody here. Sorry, we can talk more next week about this. Good morning, you on there? Yes. Well, I'm not leaning toward either side because I don't know what happened. You know, nobody. I just know that what I'm hearing from the DA, what I'm hearing from the mayor's office, what I'm hearing from these guys, there's some disconnect here someplace. No, I'm again, reason and logic are my friends. I want to know why is it reasonable that people would shoot at somebody without being shot at, without feeling for their own life? I don't. Does that make sense to you? It don't. If nobody, right. If they're not shooting at you, why would you be shooting at them? It doesn't. And again, I looked at the car. There's 3 bullets in the car. It looked like somebody else would have been hit. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah. Right. No. And according to the attorney just now, they said he didn't have a gun. So I mean, well, that's why I don't understand. Then if there was no weapon, why were y'all shooting in the car? You know, so I don't know. Yeah, we will. Yeah, yeah. Again, the reason for again, why? What's the reason for the conversation of the past? Well, we'll get to next week because I'm running out of time. We'll get that next week. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. I'm sure, right? I'm sure I'm sure this is going to be a long way from over. So, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. One more call. Good morning. Who's this? Quickly, Ed, because I'm running out of time. All right. Well, okay. Well, I got time to take one more. Ed surprised me there. Anyway, if you want to get in, you got one more question. I got about a minute left or so, a minute or so. I'm confused. I don't take side one way or the other. I just want to hear both sides. Again, I don't. I'm just. It is just a an interesting case, but somebody lost their life, and if somebody loses their life for whatever reason, we as citizens and everybody's got a right to know why. And I mean, and that's all I want to know. Why? Anyway, our time's up. We'll be back tomorrow. Good Lord says the same, and we can tomorrow's Memorial Day weekend, right? Okay, so gotta go real quick. Hey, real quick. Everything. All right. Hey, I don't have any more time, guys. No, I don't have any more time. No sense in I gotta run. But we'll be back tomorrow. We can continue some of this conversation.
WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning.
It's
I'm Chad Davis. Here's
over.
what's happening on this Thursday morning. A breaking news update. New details
Hello.
are coming in about the gunman who killed at least 9 people in a mass shooting in San Jose,
Hello.
California.
Hello.
Police say the apparent shooter, who worked at the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority, took his own life as police moved in. No word yet.
Yeah. You know, somebody else brought that up to me too. Well, we go see. But I'm like everybody else. I want to know what the hell happened. I mean, yeah, yep. I'm gonna put this on there. I'm gonna put this on my podcast and let people listen to it because I just let them form their own opinion. All right, man. Thanks. I don't know, bro. All right. See y'all later.